They're used by local news stations. They have a specific mechanical function to them, so they do not count towards the height because they do not count towards part of the building. They're a separate functioning tool sitting on top. But if you have a spire on your building, that's a decorative stick that does not do anything. It's like just stand at the top and look pretty. That's the ornamentation of your structure, so it does count towards the height. A good example of a spire is on top of the Trump International Hotel and Tower. Now, the two radio antenna on top of Willis a few years back as a publicity stunt. They had the two radio antenna get married. Yeah, nice little ceremony for the radio antenna. Now, the wedding for the radio antenna, it was fine. The reception was incredible. Get it? Radio antenna, reception. You know it's a good joke when you feel the need to explain it. Last thing I'll say about the Willis Tower. Why is it called Willis? Easy answer with that one. It's one word, and the word is money. Whenever Sears and Roebuck moved out, the Willis Insurance brokerage firm swooped in and offered $1 billion for 3 floors of the building and the naming rights. They won the naming rights with that $1 billion bid. It's why we call it the Willis Tower now. Fun fact about the Willis Insurance brokerage firm, they are one of the brokerage firms that brokers the insurance for the Titanic. Yes, let that sink in. Another terrible pun. That one in bad taste on a boat. You're welcome. Now, the puns are bad, guys. I feel bad about saying them. The Titanic one is absolutely in bad taste, but I am pretty sure my heart will go on. Another one. Somebody stop him. I'll stop myself. I'm done. Commodore 03's next building, past the bridge. This is an often favorite on the tour. This limestone-clad building is called the Civic Opera Building. It's ahead of us on the right. And it was built in 1929 by Graham Anderson, Probst & White, paid for in 1929 by a millionaire named Samuel Insull. That is why a lot of people will call this building Insull's Throne, because if you look at the top as we pass, it is shaped like a giant chair. It's got a backrest towards the back. The two armrests are on the sides, where the armrest here is where your feet would hang down. Take this story with a big grain of salt. It might not be true. It is said that Samuel Insull paid for this building to get built for his opera singing mistress, who had gone to New York to make it big as an opera singer, and every time this woman would sing to the New York opera houses, they would hear her singing voice and all respond the same way. Ugh, no thanks, go to Chicago. So she did, furious, and they built her this massive theater with the back of the theater facing the east towards New York. As an insult to New York and to New York theaters, ha ha ha. Lesson in karma time, folks. Don't try to make fun of an entire city with a building, especially if you're a millionaire in 1929. The stock market crashes, and Samuel Insull loses everything. He was later found in the Paris subway system 3 months after the building was completed, with 39 cents in his pocket, no more opera singing mistress. Now the building is home to the Lyric Opera and over 3,500-seat theater. Coming up from underneath the bridge in front of us, we are going to be right close to a Starbucks. Now there's a reason I just mentioned that. There's a connection there. The first Starbucks built outside of Seattle was built here, and the world's largest Starbucks is here. It's called the Roastery. It's 4 stories tall, and it's about a 10-minute walk away from the main Modelo boat dock. Let me get on a soapbox right now. If you love coffee, and you think the best coffee you're going to find is at that Roastery in Chicago, what are you doing? Do not go to the Roastery in Chicago. Here's what you're going to do at the Roastery. You're going to wait an hour in line, sometimes outside, to spend $15 on a small, sorry, tall Starbucks coffee. If you want a good coffee you can only get in Chicago for maybe a fifth of that price, go to, this is a Bananas idea, hear me out, any local Chicago coffee shop. First one that comes to mind, now it's really famous and they went a little Hollywood on us, but this got started in Chicago, Intelligentsia Coffee in Chicago. There's also stuff like Cafe Deco in the Printers Row neighborhood, Necessary and Sufficient Coffee in Printers Row, got us in the baker, hello, got us in the grocer, some of my